Is a college degree actually necessary to be able to do assisted living, or what type of level of education do you actually need in order to actually start up your own home and actually get it up and running? So in this video, I'm actually going to cover that, so make sure you guys stick around. What's up everyone? I hope you guys are all doing well. To my new viewers, guys, my name is Serge. Welcome to my channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and going through this journey with me of doing YouTube and giving you guys all this content and all these videos. So if you haven't yet, make sure that you guys go and join the Facebook group that I've created called Legion Assisted Living Academy. I will also link it down in the description. So make sure you guys go answer those 3 questions before requesting yourselves into the group. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. I want to break this down in 3 different categories that you may find yourself in, and try to fit yourself somewhere in this category. And if this category fits with your current situation, just make sure you guys are listening extra close when your category or what you think your category may be comes up. And so from there, I'll explain exactly what you guys need to do. So let's go ahead and jump into the first category. The first category is if you're actually in college currently right now and you're doing some type of healthcare profession, right? And with that being said, you guys just know that you want to go out and start your own business afterwards. You want to actually do something to be able to help other people, and you want to work for yourself, and you are in college currently, right? So my advice is to people that are currently in college right now, I want you guys to actually take this with a grain of salt and actually go and finish the remaining of your degree, whether you're in the beginning or in the ending phases. If you're in the beginning, I would say really see where you're at financially, see where you're at in life, and really make a decision from there. And if assisted living is something you're wanting to do, then go pursue it. And with that being said, if the degree that you're pursuing is something in the healthcare field, then go ahead and finish that degree before going and starting a business. With that being said, if you're in the middle of a degree and you're kind of like in my shoes where you knew you wanted to do something, you wanted to work for yourself, you wanted to build something for yourself, but you're invested so much already into college, you're almost done. My advice is that you go ahead and just finish. Just get it over with. It's temporary. It'll be done with. But the answer to the first question that I brought up is if you actually need college to start an assisted living. And that will lead me into the second category, which I think a lot of people will find themselves in. And the answer to that is no. You do not need any type of college degree to start an assisted living home. What you really need, and the level of education that you really need, is pretty much the experience of being a CNA, a caregiver, or any type of healthcare professional, and just a couple certifications, right? That will take you probably just a few months, maybe 6 months total if you're starting from like being a caregiver to getting your manager's license, right? But you do need to get your experience as a caregiver, which is the 2,080 hours, at least here in the state of Arizona. And from there, that takes some time, right? Especially if you're working full time. I don't know what that comes out to be, but I believe it's like at least over a year, give or take. And then you can transition into being a manager, right? But that is really the level of care or level of education that you really need in order to go on and start your own business. And what I see a lot of caregivers do, and a lot of CNAs and other just people with just certifications and licenses, is that they work under a business owner who is thinking or is willing to sell their business down the road. And so they just end up selling it to the caregiver or to whoever was working in the home, and they just pass it down. I've heard of stories where people just literally give them the business because they did such a good job, right? But that is really the most minimal level of education that you need to be able to get into an assisted living home. You just have to be well aware of the industry and well educated on starting a home, which is what I'm wanting to provide through this channel, right? You guys are all here because you want to learn how to start an assisted living, and you guys have a lot of questions, which I do cover in a playlist that I have. And so I think I get that question a lot of if you do need to have any type of healthcare education or any type of degree, but you don't need that. And now leading with that is the third category, which I think other people will find themselves in, which is passive investors, right? If they want to really invest in this, but they don't want to be, hands-on with the operations, then they can do it, without any type of education at all. They don't even need to know names of medications. They don't need to know anything. All they really need to know is, the state regulations, so that they're well aware of what their managers are doing and how to really start the business. But the managers are ultimately going to be the ones who run the business and run the operations, so they need to be more aware of the medications, what to do on a day basis with operations and policies and procedures, everything of that sort. Whereas the passive investor does not need to do that. And the passive investor could be either the owner or just someone who strictly gives the owner the money, and the owner is either the manager or is just somebody who could just be, using the money but then hiring a manager and still being completely hands off. So the owner doesn't necessarily need to have a healthcare degree either. So with that being said, guys, college is not a necessity to be able to get into this industry, which is beautiful. And it's not all just assisted living homes. There's the opportunity of even going and being a placement agent without even having a degree. So and I talk about placement agents in another video, and there's a lot of potential there too, but keep in mind there's also competition there. There's also people who've been doing it for a really long time and do have those connections in facilities with social workers and discharge planners, but they aren't required to get even a certification, to be honest. And so that may spark an interest for one of you guys that, maybe I don't want to run a home, but maybe I do placement agency, really get a handle on the industry and on the business, meet with a lot of different homeowners, make those connections, and then eventually open your own home and still be a placement agent. Like it's possible to do both, and it's all a matter of what you want to do, and the opportunities are there. And if you are a graduate of a degree with like a nursing degree, any type of healthcare degree, even LPN, RN, nurse practitioner, any of those degrees, that is going to make your life so much easier when it comes to filling a home, because it makes you stand out. Not all owners are RNs or have any type of healthcare degree, and that will make you stand out. So is it worth it to go get your degree and then start an assisted living? I would say it's really not. It's not worth, getting into student debt and everything. In my perspective, it's not. And the reason why I say that is because if you know this is what you want to do, and if you know this is your passion, then pursue it. Don't go and get a degree and then, put it off for however long it takes you to get that degree, because a lot of things can change in that time frame, right? And there's no perfect time to ever really start other than today. And I preach that a lot. So make sure that you guys don't let something like that hold you back from going and starting this. If it's like, oh, I need a degree. No, you don't. You don't need a degree. And I don't want to hear that excuse of you needing a degree, because there are a lot of opportunities in this industry that don't require any type of degree. And you're starting to see it a lot more with Google, Apple, etc. All these big, massive companies that aren't even requiring you to have a degree anymore. It's really all comes down to work ethic, consistency, drive, motivation, inspiration, all the stuff you hear all these gurus. You could go listen to all these podcasts and they'll preach all the same things, but it really comes down to that. And if you really have it in you to go out there and make it happen. If you don't, then go ahead, stick to your job, stay there, go ahead. There's people that enjoy that, and I have nothing against people that do that. But it's all up to you guys what you want to do. You guys made it all the way to the end of the video, and this video was informative for you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button And also, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate you guys so much if you did. We are growing so fast, and it's because of you guys, not because of me. I'm going to continue hashing out this content for you guys. And also make sure to go join that Facebook group if you haven't, called Legion Assisted Living Academy. And guys, I just want you to all watch these videos that are going to pop up here one way or another, and go watch them, guys. There are so many people that ask me a lot of questions over videos that I've already covered with those questions that they're asking me. So make sure you guys go watch that playlist. There's 51 videos now. So, I'm going to continue adding these videos onto that playlist for you guys to go back and watch. And, it'll help you guys and guide you guys through the process of starting your own assisted living home. So, guys, thank you so much. And I will see you guys all in the next video. God bless. Peace.